So I'd like to try something with you guys. For those of you who are in a safe place and who may be playing this through their headphones, I want you to close your eyes as I take you on a journey. So I invited you over this weekend so that you can have a weekend that you needed. That it's been a while that you've really felt like yourself. And what you need to do is really drop these walls that you've been carrying everywhere that you go. And so you show up to my house and you are anticipating what may happen throughout the night. You send me a text message and I come to the door. I open up the door and you walk in. But don't forget to take your shoes off. Please respect the space that I call my home. And you walk through the hallway, past my kitchen, into my room, where you take a seat and we begin having a deep conversation. And this conversation feels like it is the first time you're taking in a breath of fresh air because of so much that's been going on around you that for the longest time has made you worried about sneezing or coughing because you're afraid that you might catch something or you might pass something along. And the time that you do cough is when you drink water and the water goes down the wrong tube. And so you cough just trying to catch your breath. And you struggle because you're worried about what other people may think. But now you're in a safe place. You're in a place that you can breathe because we created this safe place. A place that if people feel that they're willing to drop their walls, that they can really become present and enjoy the moment as it happens. So last night I wrote down the thoughts that came to my mind. And as I did that, I remember I looked up and I looked at the ceiling and I could just see the neurons as they fired and as these realizations came to mind that that I needed, I remember before we started this night together, I had looked in the mirror and I just thought, like, Kevin, what are you doing? What are you even doing with your hair? Like, what other color can you put in your hair to make the very essence of yourself pop? Because right now, you look like a mess, And it was a change in perspective that I needed to have from that night to then be able to look at myself, once again. As I looked upon my reflection, my eyes lit up and I saw beauty. You are exactly everything that you've ever wanted to be. The person that you are disrupts the world that you live in because of the standards that are expected of you. But you don't fit those standards. You literally are like an anime character walking around doing whatever they want to do. and and that's okay. It's okay to be different. And I don't know if I've just gotten comfortable with the person that I see every single day. That I questioned, are you tired of me? So imagine we are in a simulation and you got to choose your own character, and it's like Tekken, right? And there's 20 playable characters to choose from. You got that hot ass girl who can throw some really flexible kicks. And you got that guy who is wearing that jujitsu gi and is very stiff, but you know that they're really strong, if you choose them. And and then you got me. I'm there, and I can lift some heavy weights, and I can do some flips here and there. And I think if I could choose whatever character that I wanted to play, that I would choose me. And I think the greatest skill that I have is my voice. Like, I've seen it move people in a way that they come alive, that they may be on autopilot for who knows how long. But by having a conversation with me, they come to the present moment, and I show them that they can be the most important person in the room, that my attention can fully focus on them. And that's how I get into deep conversations. You want to know when I feel the most comfortable? So this morning when I was running on the air runner, I remember I was just dripping in sweat, and I sweat so profusely, like it came down my face. And as it came to my face, it covered my shoulders. And as it covered my shoulders, it went down my arms, to the point where it got to the point of my elbows, and then it dropped to the floor. That's how much sweat I was going through. And, in that moment, it can be a moment of vulnerability, because you're sweating so much that what could come into your mind is doubt of, do I continue to do this? And what if people look at me? What if they're staring at me and they're just disgusted? Like, bro, we need to go pat you down, like, it's too much, you do too much, Kev. Come on. Um, and in that moment of just complete embarrassment is when I feel the most vulnerable. And when I feel the most vulnerable only happens when I feel safe. And when I feel safe is when the person within me is better able to come out. And then I come alive. I'm here. I'm able to play, to continue to keep running, even though my body at some point was feeling like it was done, like it was tired, it was worn out. I would stumble, right? And I just start talking to myself to help balance myself out. Come on. I always call myself big guy. I always say, come on, big guy. Like, come on, big guy. Just take one more step. It's okay. Catch your balance. Breathe. And honestly, you could go forever. You could run to the very ends of this earth with those feet. And don't ever think that when you're tired, when you're stumbling, that you're done. Because when you think that it's over and you think that you have nothing left in you, I want you to remember that the very soles of your feet were made by those who came before you. And if you can't take another step, you should know that they can take another step. Because of their effort, you can go another one and another one and another one and another one. And you realize that you have so much more left in you. There has been so much preparation so that you could come here, so that your energy could fill this very vessel. And so there's no reason to doubt. You can rely on this body. It has your back. No matter how much I've put myself through. Each night when I go to sleep and I go into a dream, and for a moment in time, I am somewhere else. Then every time that I wake up, I find myself back here. That I'm not dead. I'm still here. So no matter how hard I've pushed myself, I will always come back. Always come back stronger and better, because really I have everything that I need. And we all do. But that is something that is understood by those who put in that time and put in that effort. Nothing can top experience. Because when we experience it for ourselves, what happens is that experience lasts our whole lifetime. If we can recall that moment, then it's a lesson that was learned, because the experience creates a memory that has weight, and that weight is then carried with us throughout our life. Oh, my goodness, I had such a good night and I'm having such a good morning. So I just had to put this on for you guys and, come back and share more. What a oh no, let's go to this part right here. Okay, so just remember, the ride is not over yet. The ride has just begun, and you can still experience the things that brought color back into your eyes, the things that you wanted to experience. And also to learn how to be present and really take in that moment as it happens. It's so important that we don't let life just pass us by, because it will come at us so fast. And all we will have is these memories of a time when we were so much more alive. I remember, being under the electric sky and just sitting there underneath the tents with a group of friends, people who I may have not seen all year, but, we found time to get together and be at this place. No matter how busy our lives were, we made time for that. And so we're all sitting there and we just feel love, we feel acceptance, we feel so many positive things that, we've been missing for a long time. And there's beautiful colors, lights everywhere. There's people dressed up in costumes. It looks like a carnival. There's an octopus, and the octopus is going around, and it has like fire that breathes fire, right? And you just get hit with these flames, and even though you're standing like 20, 30 feet away, you could still feel the heat, like, oh, gosh, like, get away from me. you know and you see these jellyfish on totems, as they come through the crowd of people. And it's just such a beautiful moment. And you think that every single year you can go back to that. You can experience that once again. It makes life worth living. And then you realize where we're at right now, that this year it was canceled. That moment was canceled. And so all we have is memories. All we have is people who are looking back and posting their, EDC videos. And you think, wow, like, I wish I could be there. I wish I could be there. And I hope that the next time that I do go, that I can take in the moment as it happens. So it's not just a bunch of memories of good times, but instead it's me here, alive, in the present moment, living this life, going through these things and having opportunities, And it makes life beautiful again. And as we're going through this conversation, we lose track of time, and we come to realize that when we look down at our watch, it's already 4 a.m. And all good things must come to an end. That's the only way that we can appreciate them. Because if we remained within the moment, then it would become our new normal. And it would be just like me looking at my own reflection in the mirror, thinking that what I am is normal. Not understanding that I am different and I do stand out, and there are beautiful things about me that I just needed to learn to fall in love with again. And just as it started, it must come to an end. And so I walk you to the door and I give you a hug. And I tell you to get home safe, and to text me when you get home, because I want to make sure that you get home and you can sleep peacefully. And the night is over, and I am so grateful for what I experienced, and I hope that you also were able to take something from this. Thank you for listening.